Oh, yes. I just got to the study room, and just so you know, okay, I'm not thinking I'm getting arrested today. Oh, I didn't actually look online to see if there was any additional court hearings. Uh-huh. hmm my thought was maybe somebody wanted to rethink the situation. Oh. Now, I know that Jack had admitted Exhibit B. Yes. On July 8th of 2011, you issued a protection order where I wasn't a resident of the state of Washington? Yes. And then you had another hearing on July 22nd? Right. Then you issued a 2650, a permanent order for protection on August 12th of 2011. But then you issued a dissolution of marriage on the 24th of 2012? Yeah. There was a summons there. Oops, that in the hill. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then the sheriff's return of service when you arrested me at the same moment as serving me. Yeah. But I was arraigned on the 29th of May oh, for the allegation of violating the protection order. Yes. And I just found out yesterday about this RCW. Now, the truth is, I was arraigned for the allegation of violating a 2650 protection order that was issued in 2011. Yeah. And if you read it, uh, this arraignment, no contact, defendant who is charged by citation, yes, complaint or information with an offense involving harassment. Now, involving harassment means violating the restraint provisions of the protection order that was issued in 2011. Yes. The attempt to contact the petitioner by a third person known as Healthy Families of Clallam County. Oh, oh. Happens to be one of these domestic violence advocacy charities. Yeah. Information involvement in not arrested shall appear in court for arraignment in person as soon as practical. Practical. Now they would say, well, it wasn't practical to have him arrested until we had actually filed the dissolution. But no, in no event later than 14 days after the next day in which the court is in session, following the issuance of the citation or the filing of the complaint or information. At that appearance, the court shall determine the necessity of imposing a no contact or no harassment order. Yes. Now, if you go to the next green print, cyber stalking in violation of a temporary, permanent, or final protection order. Yes. Um, there's a difference between permanent and final. Let's see here. Well, let's. This was this a final protection order that you issued on 7/31 of 2015? Now, let's just look at it for a second because these temporary protection orders that you issued ex parte, yeah, where I wasn't a resident, where they were used to arrest me for an allegation of violating it approximately 25 days after the incident. Yes. The law actually says that you should have done it the next day. Oh, you shouldn't wait to file for dissolution of marriage and then have the person arrested. Yes. Um, yes. According defendant who is charged with a citation of being arrested at the fifth wheel at 7 p.m. on a Sunday night. Yes. Maybe we should get out the calendar again. Because when I look at the arraignment, it was a fraudulent arrest because the individuals that filed the police report, yeah. Now I know they'd say it was Heidi, right? And they said, well, we want you to go through, we want you to get all your dissolution of paperwork done. And then we're going to have Paul arrested. He doesn't know it. Okay. And let's see here. May, March, April. May, the day of the arraignment, May 24th, May 29th. Because I put a screen print in the email so you could see it. Yeah. The Sunday, Friday, Saturday, it was Sunday the 6th? Yes. Sunday the 6th. No, that's not the day that I called them. I got arrested. I was arraigned on the 29th. I got arrested on the 27th. Yes. And I thought I had called on Friday the 4th of May. Now, that would be 7, 14, 21. Yeah. Approximately 21, 22 days after. Now, from the time that I had made the phone call, yes, I don't think it was the 7th of Monday of May, yes, until you actually arrested me on the 27th. The 28th was a holiday, yeah, and the 29th was the actual date of the arraignment. The law does not allow for you to decide to arbitrarily sit on a no contact order violation. Now, I would say not only is the dissolution of marriage in bad faith, yes, Judge Ken Williams, when it was filed on the 24th, yes, and I was arraigned on the 29th, and then on the 31st, you got a sheriff's return of service, yeah, and then you reissued it, a petition for renewal, yes, petition I-3, whatever that is. This is a petition I-3PT, renewal of order 615 to the order for protection, notice of hearing, protection order, motion, hearing, Brent Baisden. Yeah. Did you think that this RCW, where it says information, contact, or citation, not filing a police report for 21 days? I'm absolutely sure that you have violated the law of the requirement of having to inform law enforcement of any information with an offense involving harassment. And in no event later than 14 days after the next day on which court is in session. Now, that's a fraudulent dissolution of marriage, and it happens to violate the UCCJEA. Yes, it does. I asked you to remove it, but you wouldn't, and then you wouldn't give me notice of court hearings, and you wouldn't give me the actual dissolution of marriage. Pooch! Now, my sons are being held hostage, and every mandatory reporter in this nation that has any knowledge of this crime, they are personally liable. Ooh. Now, I did send about 1,500 emails, though somebody attempted to obstruct them. Yes. This is dated 8/2 of 2017, Brett Roberts. Yes. Within 14 days, charged with a citation of cyberstalking. Let's go back to the calendar. Okay. Now, there was did you put me on the docket again, you stupid fuckers? You know, May 12th. Go to date. Let's go to 8/2 of 2017. You kind of sat on it for a few extra days, did you, before you put it? May, just a second, I'll get it out. Just a second. May, August, 2nd. Okay. Well, let's just see when the court was open the next judicial day. Done? Yeah. August 2004. You did it on the 2nd, and you filed the criminal complaint on the 8th. And the court hearing was on the 21st, because I'm thinking that it was, well, I think the prosecuting attorney's office is definitely guilty of violating that RCW. Now, as much as you wanted to put me in a mental facility, I'm wanting to sue the prosecuting attorney's office. Yes, he is. See, as soon as you signed this 8/2 of 2017, it should have been on the next judicial day, and that would have been the 3rd. Yes. And the 14 days would have been the 17th. Yeah. There's no possible way that it could have been legal to have a court hearing on the 21st. No possible way. Now, you could say that I didn't find out, but as soon as you had actually written this up and signed it, ooh-wee. You are obligated to have a court arraignment date, and if I didn't appear in court before that date, you probably had to arrest me for not appearing in court. Considering how many times I've been arrested for that. Now, I'm gonna get this out, Pooch, and we're gonna look exactly what the fuck you did. There is no possible way that it was legal for you to have a court hearing on the 21st of August. Your own signature.